Right then, race vlog, or in between race vlog. Harry's making louvers for that bonnet there. So these seemed to work last time out, but we're going to verify that at track on Tuesday. The 295s, I can attest that they definitely work. This splitter, again, seemed to work, but we're going to put a plain splitter on and see if that works. It definitely works with not chart for oil drain now, which is good. Paul's messing about here. PNC, bit of Paul machining work going on there because Vibratechnics can't sort us out a gearbox mount for this. Well, they can, but they won't, which is annoying. So we're going to make us own there to replace this because the engine's wobbling about all of it. Bonnet's going back on. I don't know if there's out under there worth looking at, but things are getting hot. That's why we need them. Phil's going to be happy because we've got 2 piston rear calipers now. So they're all bracketed up. I don't know if you can see the brackets there. I've not even seen them, so oh, they look nice. Beautiful. So that's that. They're there, so hopefully that works. We had to swap these from a bit of glue on here because we swapped the silicon, swapped them from trailing to leading. So that's that. There's a Yeti getting aligned. Yeah, at the minute, this is the only car we've got out. It's nearly ready to go because this is the only one that we're taking on Tuesday. So, a few more bits of prep. We'll make sure anything interesting gets recorded. So we're at the track now. Got the plain splitter on, which needs a bit of stiffening, but this is only staying on temporarily. Got us duct sorted, shroud, whatever you want to call it. So that should let the air out a bit better, hopefully. Not sure if this is a bit too OTT. And then we've got the beasts. Got these theatre seats like Mad Max style. Hopefully that lets all the heat out because we melted the rain tray last time out. And then Harry stood the vents up on this, so hopefully that works. I don't think we've done tons else. We've got a better gearbox mounting, so that should help. Boost pipe's not sorted yet, but it'll be fine for what we're doing. Still got the 295s and the Ghetto Fab arches, but we'll see how we go. So we're doing a bit of wool tuft AERO testing. Paul's doing his knitting, if not. All the wool tufts going on here. Look like they're working already. So, last time out at Donington, we had loads of hassle with boost pipes, but we didn't just have boost pipe problems. The boost pipe problems caused turbo problems, so that's why we were a bit lazy and Phil weren't happy. Still did a decent-ish time, but anyway, and everything got that hot. We're changing the oil feed, that's just going to be a spare for now in case something goes wrong. But the boost pipe problems need to stop, it's annoying, so new oil feed, that to one side. So what we've done, on the new turbo, we've welded a V-band on here, which these have got a little O-ring in, which I'll show you on a different one. So we've welded that on. That's going to then be welded to a 2-inch pipe that then gets swaged up to 2 1/4. Then it goes up to 3-inch to this, which is, this is off a wagon, this is off some sort of Volvo or whatever. And Paul's just been messing about on lathe in a very sketchy way, turning that down to fit inside there. Then we put the clamp on, and away you go. So then there's going to be a bend, this, so this has got all the movement in. That's going to then go to the 2.5 inch side, sorry, 2.5 inch, up to the intercooler. Then we're going to V-band it onto the intercooler, so there ain't actually going to be any sort of normal silicon connectors in that side, because that side gets so hot, it's ridiculous. I think this is the weak link now, mainly for the thickness and whether it can take the oil, but it is a turbo hose on an engine that's got like 3-4 bar of boost anyway, so we'll see. But if these go pop, we're going to have to try and make a custom version of these, which might not be easy. It needs to be fluorosilicon, high temp, and have loads of flex in it, like we're asking everything of that silicon. But anyway, that's that. We did want to try and wait until we got some of the sort of Murray clamps, but they're coming from America. They're quite expensive. They've got a little bit of movement in. These are pretty solid, so all the movement's going to be coming out of that one there. That's one side. The other side, we're just going to change, because we've not really had any hassle other than odd time a pipe coming off on the other side. So these are the Murray clamps. So these are just basically a posh Jubilee clip, which is triple side. I don't like these at all. We've been double clamping all ours with the normal T-bot style, which on road cars we never have any hassle. We tighten these up as tight as they'll go and never have any hassle. Eventually on the race cars I do cut into the silicon a bit, and that is some of the problem. And blowing off is usually because it's pulling on it really hard, and then that just pulls these off as well. So double clamping them with them doesn't work for us in the motorsport environment. What we're going to do is put one of these at the back of the bead. The bead's going to be bigger than this clamp will ever be, and then we're going to put one of them at this side of it. So we're going to double clamp it, but hopefully this seals nicely on this little inner ridge and doesn't cut into this physically can't cut into the silicon at all, so that should work. It's just if we can get them tight enough to roll, but in theory how tight we're rolling is the problem. So we shall see. A lot of work just to stop what has been a major problem that's caused Scott to have a crap finishing result. For 5th when he was winning, and the TT were on for the win and ended up 4th, I think it was. So anyway, we'll get this sorted and hopefully August to plan. So take 2, because Adam can't keep all his stuff charged up. Following on from the testing, we've had a look at some of the data and had a look at the videos and stuff, which we'll show them now or later or while I'm talking. But bonnet vent works a treat only if you've got the gurney on, which we didn't do that back to back. We have done that previously on the dyno, and really does work a treat. We sectioned it all off, and that didn't seem to help us, but we thought that maybe we're pressing on one of the fuel pipes and giving us a fuel problem. That turned out to be something entirely different, but anyway. But the plastic vent on that started melting, so we need to make that rally, because it's getting to like 150 degrees on the cold side of on the hot side of the intercooler. So we need to make sure that's not going to do that again. The arch vents, they worked an absolute treat. I know they're on the bonnet, but they're actually venting the arches. So along with the splitter pushing the air up, this is then venting it out, so we're not going to get the lift associated with the all the high air pressure going in here. So hopefully that does work. It'd be nice to block them off and see if it makes any difference with the potentiometers and see, but that's another day's job. The big disappointment, which I'm not too bothered about because they're ugly and horrible, were these bonnet vents. The front ones seem to be working. You have to be going quite fast for it to work. So I think what we're going to do is drop the height down and put a gurney on this one, and then reverse the other ones and put them inside, and hopefully that'll pull the air out of there as well. We could, if we wanted to, put a gurney on the back of the bonnet, but getting the back of the bonnet up, that's a bit of a problem, and there's not really a big gap down here to get anything out. So yeah, that's another thing to try. The splitter, we still need to do a bit more testing back to back on that, but we did swap it, and we've got the shock potentiometers on there now, so we'll see if we can go through the data for that. But anyway, we'll see. So look at that V-band. I'm bracketed to the engine, so that ain't going anywhere because that doesn't need to move that part. That's all fixed to the engine. Hopefully it's not close here, but put a racing dent on if we can. The dry shaft's nowhere near it. Then we've got this off a Volvo, like we've already said, V-banded on, and then the vibrant clamp came, actually a vibrant, that came, so we've used that instead, the one on ours. That's got a fair bit of movement in as well, and as you can see with that. And then this silicon here so when the engine moves, in theory we should be alright. So this is going to go on dyno, see if it blows it to bits. So it's got the new turbo on there. So yeah, see what happens. So we're here at Donington again. You can see it, but the Mini's over there. It's just in case. Just unloading everything. Got in a bit late, it's like 10 o'clock now. Car's just warming up. Couple little changes since you saw it last night. I don't know how good we can see it, but I'll try and look. Just see the other one there as well. Yeah, they're damp spots. Hopefully, Paul's wired them in properly and we get some data from them.
I've got a log going to tell log what's actually going on, but it's just like fuel from the a log captain that it does when it logs fault. It's like fuel pressure's absolutely on its arse.
We have fuel tank issues.
That's all. This tray will clean. So all of this stuff in here, I'm not touching. Touch that blue stuff there. That's that foam out of the tank, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, all foam out of the tank. But it gets clogged in inlet there.
Yeah.
Fuel pump. Fuel pump gets jammed. It can't suck any fuel in, so basket empty, so you get fuel surge.
Yeah. At least we found problem, eh?
Aye.
Put the fancy splitter back on. Paul's done his bit. Spoiler's going back on.
You were straight in limp mode. You were straight. Yeah, straight in. I key banged it, and it just keeps going in straight away. Still having fuel pressure issues. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's raining. Oh, he nearly crashed as well. So I don't know if we'll put my pathetic excuse for, I'd say a save, but it weren't a save. I need to practice drifting, I think, and getting used to sliding a bike. I don't know whether I panic or what, but I just imagine myself going into gravel immediately and then it all goes wrong. So, yeah, sort of the fueling issues are not quite done the lap times we want to do, not done exactly what we need to do, none of the run plan, but the car's in one piece, the wheel's a bit dirty, but other than that, we're all ready. So we'll keep touching base while we get the cars ready for Brands Hatch and see what happens.